You know what it is, Superstar JVIP Saturdays, man. Self-explanatory. It's a Saturday night, and this is like a annual thing that Murda comes like the second week of the month and gives us an update. You know, I like to talk to him after the wrap up because he never gives me the record before. He always says, Jay, you gotta wait to midnight, man. Uncle Murda's in the building. What's up?
What's happening, my guy, Superstar J? What's the word?
Man, what's up, my brother, man? People don't know that me and Murda go way back more than 10 years. We still in the game. Murda's looking like he's 19 years old, man. He got a lot of money, man. He's been doing that NFT. He been telling y'all about all this.
I've been telling y'all about crypto. I've been telling y'all about crypto 6-7 years ago, man.
So yeah, I see what's going on, man. But Murda, what's going on? You came again with the wrap up crazy.
Definitely. Shout out to my boy Great John on the beat and my man Mind of a Kind on the visuals.
Yes, and you didn't hold back. Me and Damis says Murda. I mean, he's from Brooklyn, so you know I'm from Queens, but Murda kind of is from Brooklyn and Queens. You know what I'm saying?
I got my Queen ties. Shout out to the unit. I got my ties in Queens.
Yes, definitely, man. So, Charlie, I know you had to ask Murda a question.
Yeah, speaking of the wrap up, I have actually a 2-part question for you. What is it like having so many people anticipating your yearly wrap ups? And especially with this year being so much things going on, was it difficult making this one?
First of all, sometimes the pressure, it don't be about the pressure because this is what I do. I've been doing it. But with the wrap up, sometimes it just be about, you know what annoys me with it? The only thing that annoys me with it is that it's around holiday time, right? And I start writing around Thanksgiving. So my mind gets so caught up in the wrap up. You got Thanksgiving, Christmas and everything. And it's just real family time. So I be so caught up in the wrap up that I don't get to give 100% to the family like that. So that be the only thing that be throwing me off with the wrap up a little bit. But other than that, I love disrespecting people. And, you know, I love people laughing and all that shit like that. I love entertaining. I just like knowing that I'm going to say shit that you're not going to hear nobody else say because everybody want to be so buddy-buddy and they don't want to hurt their relationships. Rap is a sport. It's built off of competition and being competitive. So I just like to keep that shit going. That's it.
That's a fact. Disrespecting people respectfully.
Respectfully, though. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. I get it. It's all fun and games at the end of the day. Just got to
That's right.
Have a light heart. But you know what? Nowadays, everything is just so like censored and oh my God, it's like a shock factor. But
can't believe he said that. Why he say that? Yeah, shit like that.
Exactly.
Damage.
Yo, I wanted to ask you also about the wrap up. Have you ever ran into anybody, you know, that you might have said something, you know, about on the wrap up and they ever felt the way? Like, have they ever approached you or they be like, yo, that was a dope line, or they just like ever said anything to you about it?
I can't even remember, man. I ran into a lot of people that I said things about before, and it was never no issue. Obviously, I didn't make my own wrap up yet, so we good. You know what I mean?
Right. And one more question as well. I know Matt Skills also used to do the wrap up. Have you and him ever, Matt? Well, I know. I always wanted to know because I never asked you.
Nah, I'm joking around, man.
But like, have y'all ever had a conversation about the wrap up? Like, have you ever thought about collaborating, or it's just you do what you do and he do what he do?
Yeah, I do what I do and he do what he do, like shit like that. Yeah.
All right.
Clark Kent tried to make it happen before. He tried to, you know, he brought the idea up and tried to make some things happen on it, but it never evolved into anything. So it just wound up being my shit, you know, and yeah.
It is what it is, right? I respect
of course, you know, Devo.
Murda's an understanding person, man. Murda has a heart. Right? He probably was willing to, you know, talk it out, man. But I feel both of y'all have totally two different wrap ups, you know, and totally two different lanes, and y'all both execute on it good. But I want to get into the wrap up. Introduce the wrap up, Murda.
Let's get it. You already know this the 21 wrap-up produced by my guy, Great John. Whoa.
Let's get it. Murda, people don't understand that you've been, sometimes the wrap-up is so popular that it overrides all the work that you put in the whole year. And I first like to congratulate you on, catching the acting bug. You know what I mean? Murda was in a
my movie was number 7 on Netflix. I had a good 6 minutes. Yeah, they killed me in there in 6 minutes, but I was shining like a diamond, nigga.
Yes. Now my question is this: shout out to Fifth, and I told you way back when I think it was Money and Violence, and you did a great acting debut on that, and I said that you needed to go harder. Now, are you still pursuing an acting career? Or are you reading scripts? Or you writing? Because I know you have stories from the hood that you can damn near make your own movie, and how all these platforms are letting you just produce movies and people are watching. And I know you've been one thing about Murda, when you get him in the room, he's gonna make a relationship with a millionaire. They love him.
Definitely.
So
so that's speaking about that, that's definitely the next thing that I'm looking to conquer, is getting into the whole me doing some acting, me also being behind scenes. Like you said, I got a whole bunch of stories to tell. I got people around me that's working on things. I actually got a cartoon. It was supposed to drop this year, but we're gonna drop it next year. It's a Christmas cartoon about my kids and them and dinosaurs and Santa and all that. So we got a cartoon done. We're gonna have that dropping next year. Hopefully you see that on Netflix or Hulu, something like that. But yes, I'm about to try to dominate this TV shit. I got the big homie Fifth over there killing shit. That's the plug. And I'm definitely trying to get more active with that in the future.
Yes, I definitely would love that. I feel like Hollywood, Fifth is bringing these stories that people are, because they're real, you have to switch the script around, but these real stories are really, people are adapted to it. The BMF story. I know that a couple of Brooklyn stories about some big Brooklyn people, and even just your own neighborhood, man. Like, people don't understand that. This guy told me a story that he was having shootouts coming out of high school. You know what I mean? Like, and that's crazy. Because when I first met you, it was just always that scary story about Murda. But then when you meet him, it's like, this guy's a good guy. But I don't know. Maybe I come from aggressive stature, so maybe we just related together.
Yeah, no, because we trying to do the same thing. We trying to come up now. Is it time to be a knucklehead when you put in certain situations and when you gotta, defend yourself, or when you in the mix? But other than that, man, I'm human. I'm a good person. I know how to be like everybody else. But if it's time to be some other shit, whatever, you adapt.
Yes, and also I like you just showing, the family side of Murda. A lot of people be thinking, shout out to Love De Niro. We got a saying like, this guy's acting too hard, man. This guy's too hard. You know what I mean? And you would think Murda would be on that. You think Murda would be on that, and you showing your sons, your daughter, your kids, and the book that's coming out, and you even show, your son's mom, your kid's mother, and everything, family pictures and all that on the gram.
Definitely, man. Yeah, man. We live life. We create memories out here, man. I ain't got no time to be fronting for the gram, man. Like, what's so dope about that? You talk about my kids for a minute. My daughter, we was just in the crib because she ain't believe I knew Cardi B. So I had to show her some footage of me and Cardi shouted me out. So she was open like, oh. So one time we in the crib and Snoop Dogg commercial come on. She said, yeah, Dad, you don't know him, no, right? I go, what? I go, Snoop Dogg is my man. You know what I'm saying? So then I saw her, me and him DMing. So she was like, whatever. She still ain't take it too serious. So as I'm in the studio with Snoop the other day, I FaceTime her. Like, yeah, I'm in LA just chilling. I'm in the studio. I was Snoop Dogg. She said, Dad, you got to stop lying so much. And then I showed her Snoop, and he said, "What's up to her?" She damn near lost her mind. You know what I mean?
Well,
I saw that. I saw that you was at his clothing store recently. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the story behind
gave me
it.
something for the little homies and all that, man.
That's dope.
Yes, Charlie. Now ask Murda something. I know that you had a lot of questions behind the scenes.
Yeah, it did. So I noticed like within the wrap up songs, you always be like, well, if I was such and such, I would have did this. So in any situation, what is the best encouraging advice you would give to any young artists on the come up or just anyone in general?
Any young artists on the come up?
Yeah, just any encouraging words of like about just life in general.
Live life. I was just telling a motherfucker to live, man, and create these moments that's gonna turn into memories, man, and just be true to who you are and do what the fuck make you happy. And remember when you're the most happiest. Like, try to find the moments that make you the most happy, whatever it is, whether you with your niggas and y'all doing this, or you and your lady, y'all doing this, or when you with your kids, or when you in the studio, whatever make you happy, try to do that a lot. You know what I mean? Because we only do this shit called life once.
I had another question. I was laughing earlier because I was into the rap when I was into the verse you did about Freddie Gibbs, and I was just like, man, why you doing like that? Why you went so in on that? You want to go in?
It's the wrap up. Like, certain people become victims of the wrap up. And I just spoke my opinion about Freddie Gibbs, and that was it. I heard he said some things about it, and, it's cool.
Yeah, what is your take on and that's a great question, Charlie. What's your take on Freddie, like just coming at everybody, or just coming at everybody at this point?
I don't think he's coming at everybody. I didn't hear him really coming at everybody. I think people interpret coming at everybody different. What he's doing is not coming at everybody to me. Okay. You gotta be a little bit more direct when you say you're coming at everybody. So I don't think he's coming at everybody.
He's just
sometimes I think some shit be overhyped. But
yeah, it's like indirectly speaking, like like as us as listeners, we'll be like, I feel like I know who he's talking about. But then it's like as the people, as being the actual rappers, you're like, he ain't saying the name, so I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Come at somebody for real.
Exactly.
Don't play. Come at them for real. Let's go.
Don't talk in circles.
Let's turn up. Let's go.
Maybe my description at coming at everybody is like every week it's like him and a rapper, getting into it, and it's like he might do. I
think that's good for him right now, as far as getting his name out there and things of that nature, and more awareness to him. But I think that's good for him.
Well, let's get into a record. You pick a record, Murda. I know you ain't gonna give me exclusives yet, but give me a record I can rock out with.
I mean, we can get into that bro shit right now with that Don't Come Outside Volume 3.
Let's get it. Now, Murda, when is the project coming out? And I see you in the studio with Uncle Snoop, and that verse, with the Raheem sample, man, the juice sample. People don't.
Look at you, Jay. You know your shit, boy. You know your shit.
Yeah, people might not know that sample right there, but I knew you was gonna get, when I heard it, I said Murda probably was like, oh, this is just definitely the lane I want to go with right now.
We're gonna go crazy on this. Like, we're gonna go crazy. But the project Love Don't Live Here, I'm dropping that on Valentine's Day.
Wow. I like
that. Are we expecting any special guests on here?
We got some nice people on there. We got Tory Lanez on there. We got Plies on there. We're going to have Uncle Snoop on there. We got my young boy Eli Frost on there, Q Bands. I got a bunch of people on there, man.
Shout out to Q Bands. Shout out to Eli Frost. And shout out to you. A lot of people don't know that you have a deep connection with Sleepy, Chef.
Definitely Free Chef G. Shout out to the whole winning circle, my boy White. You know what I mean? Great job. Definitely, man.
Are they signed to you or under your management?
Nah, we just all family. It's all Brooklyn and we all family. You know what I mean?
I always wondered that, and I was like, I always wondered that, so I always wanted to ask. So thank you for confirming that.
Murda's never going to tell.
Part of the family.
Murda's never going to tell how many checks he gets. So
I learned that from the last time we interviewed you. He's never gonna tell.
Yes, when it comes to money, Murda becomes a very good actor, man. You know what I mean?
He's like, well,
your family, you know what I mean?
Well,
but you know,
that's dope.
And
quick question. My bad, Jigga.
Tell him Blanco sent you and my boy Jerb, coach did that.
Yeah, so I'm in respect to you, because I remember, you know, it was ages ago that we was in the station, and before they really took off, he was introducing them and saying, yo, Jay, these are my young guys, they next up. And
definitely.
You know, what this question is, Uncle Murda's always show love to the younger artists, especially New York artists. Why do you do that?
Free K
Because how your come up was?
Of course, Jay, and you know what it is, like, you gotta rep for your hometown, man. Everybody else do for theirs. Like, one thing, if you notice about the West supports the West heavy. Atlanta, they support each other heavy. And sometimes with New York, you didn't always have that. You know, everybody be kind of in their own world.
Why? Because you're really in the matrix and you've been around. You know,
it's just a New York thing, Jay. Sometimes you can't even blame nobody. It's just how New York was like. It's just how we move out here, and I don't even think nobody do it purposely. I think it's just it's just a New York thing, Jay. So
I agree.
You can't even look at nobody and go like, "Oh, they on some bullshit." It's kind of just a New York thing, and sometimes people be stuck in their ways. But I try to see things a little different and just embrace the young guys that's doing their thing, support them. I fuck with them. I love what they're doing, and I want them to keep this shit going. So the next generation and the next generation under them continue to have a way to feed their family and, you know, get us out these fucked up situations that we born in, man.
And what advice would you give, you know, because shout out to all my young New York City rappers that's getting on, and you know, I know me and you, we came from that grid of the mixtape era. I
definitely riding on Jamaica Ave, nigga, having to go sell your CDs to the Africans to really come up, like, seriously.
Yes, and I know you would have loved if this era had. Maybe you wouldn't. I mean, I think business-wise, you would have loved this. So many platforms of. I know you like. I had so many videos that were was million views and
back then. Oh my God. All the crazy shit I was talking about, the police shoot the sheriff, and it would have been crazy with social media back then. Yeah,
and just even also how many people don't know how much your grind was with mixtapes, just dropping projects. You dropped a lot of projects, you know what I mean? And I know you made.
Shout out to my guy Cut Master C. It wouldn't be right if I ain't shout him out. He just came home not too long ago. Shout out to Cut Master C.
Yeah, shout out
out there fucking the streets up. Green Lantern as well with the mixtapes, definitely, Jay.
Yes, man. Even the DVDs. And what advice do you give? Because I always say that, you know, and Damage sees it, Charlie sees it. That a lot of our young guys, man, they're getting one song out and they're going right to jail. You know what I mean? They're getting so much money, and I feel, you know, we'll definitely put this one up, is that, you know, my message to them is that, you know, these police and these guys don't want to see a young guy making way more money than them, and they really hit their background. And how do you feel like, you know, these guys are rhyming about their ops on, you know, this is like the new thing for the YouTube. They're saying everything they're doing. What advice do you give to them? You know what I mean?
I think they got to sugarcoat it. Maybe sugarcoat it a little bit better. But at the same time, I know that's what's getting them the money, because, you know, the streets want to hear that street shit and what's going on, and people be knowing their stories and things of that nature. But they definitely got to sugarcoat it a little bit, be a little smoother, because you can't be getting locked up because of your lyrics and things of that nature. So try to be a little better at that, man, and just try to stay free, man. Like, stay home. Like, certain shit ain't worth it, but you know what? I ain't the preachy type. And I know that these dudes sometimes you gotta go through it to understand it, then realize it ain't worth it. They don't understand it. You could tell a nigga some shit and they be like, yeah, all right, fuck out of here. Because that's how we used to be when we was young. Like, I don't want to hear that bullshit. So I don't want to be that motherfucker trying to preach like that. I'll give them a little game if I got to. But I know sometimes they got to go through it for themselves, Jay. And then they understand it. Then they go, all right, I see what he was trying to tell me. But I ain't the preachy type.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just see a lane that we're starting to have for the New York rappers. But it's like as soon as they blow up, it's like, hey, such and such.
They going to jail. Nah, definitely. I know what you're saying.
And we all know that everybody can't blow up in this rap game. You know, everybody is not as talented as Uncle Murda or, you know, put the work and grind as Uncle Murda. And I don't want to lose all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't want to lose, you know, all our young boys, man. But shout out to all the young boys. And, you know, one thing that me and Damage talk about is like, you know, timeless records. And we always have this this big argument, you know what I mean, about you know, you get on a record, you Jay-Z, you and Fab on a record.
Definitely. Brooklyn, baby.
Classic. Heavy classic.
That'd be awesome.
No, what do you mean that would be awesome? You're young. It's already happened.
It's already, yeah.
I know. I said that's awesome.
You said that'd be awesome.
I did. I meant to say that's awesome.
Well, how did that even come about? And when's the last time you seen Jay?
Damn, I ain't see Jay. Last time I saw Jay, shit. I think it was at the 40-40 when they was doing something. But this was a few years back. At the 40-40, I saw Jay probably like about 5 years ago or something like that. At the 40-40 when he had some, I seen him. But the Brooklyn record happened a little while after he had signed me to Def Jam. And after the check cleared, he called me to the studio, like, yo, come to the studio. And then he was like, yo, the check cleared? Money hit the account? I'm like, yeah. He said, all right, we good now. He said, we got some work to do. I said, what's that? He said, Fab just sent me a record. He said, Brooklyn. He said, I like it. Fab talking this shit. He's like, yo, I'm about to do my verse. Start writing your verse so you can do your verse. Right. He went in the booth, did his verse. I'm like, dang. Word. He came out the booth. He said, yo, you got everything you need? What kind of liquor you need? He sent a few bottles of liquor in there. I had my weed already. Word. It took me a couple hours and then we got right, man. Then we made it classic.
Wow, man. I never heard that story. You know, we always talk about, you know, that other story that we talked about, Yeezy, you know, that went viral. You know,
definitely. Definitely. Jay was the first person I told that story to.
Yes. And you actually said it when your phones flipped, so you got to say it again. Who was the first person with the Yeezy story?
Jay was the first person I told that story to, man. That's a fact.
Yes, man. Charlie.
Yeah, so my last question, I know we spoke earlier about you knowing 50 and stuff. I just wanted to elaborate more on that relationship. Like, how was it meeting and knowing him? Like, where did that meetup come from?
I had met Fifth a long time ago. God bless my manager at that time, Chris Lighty. He had tried to make me and 50 fuck with each other before I even signed with Jay-Z. And so I knew Fifth like for a long time, man. But this recent business that I've been doing with him is through my guy Renee. Shout out to Renee. Renee just seen me working hard, see what I was doing. He was like, yo, man, I think we need to make X, Y, and Z happen. And at one time I was having a meeting at one of these labels, but I knew Renee was already on Fifth about making it happen. But I was having a meeting at one of the labels and I posted it on Instagram. And Fifth like, nigga, what the fuck you doing up there? Nigga, come see me ASAP. You know what I'm saying? So then I went to see him and then we just had the meeting and then it was just like a no-brainer for me. Like, all right, cool, let's make this happen because I see what he was trying to do, what he wanted to do, and you know, it just works.
That's what's up. So my little young dumbass used to be like, I think him and Tony are cousins. They look alike. I mean, are they brothers?
A bunch of, yeah, we get that a lot. A bunch of people used to say that. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, maybe that's why they're so close. They're brothers. They're cousins.
Shout out to Yayo.
Shout out to my guy Yayo. That's my guy.
That's what's up.
Yo, I just want to ask you a quick question on the business side. Can you explain a little about NFTs? Like, how did you get into doing like NFTs, and how can you make money with that?
Well, the NFTs is part of like I've been into cryptocurrency for a while, so it's like another part of that in the sense you could buy your NFTs with crypto and things of that nature. Like the wrap up, I got an NFT version of the wrap up. So you got tiers though. So it includes with the NFT version of the wrap up includes you got a chance to get yourself a Rolex. You got a chance to get a couple of PlayStation 5s. You got a chance to get some BMF tickets to be in the same room with Fifth watching exclusive episodes of BMF when it drop or Power when it drop as well. And then you also got a chance to get millions of Shiba Inu with things of that nature like that. So I also got some other NFTs that's about to drop that's also connected with heart associations for little kids that got heart problems, things of that nature, where most of the proceeds are going to be going to there. Or we're going to be helping out football teams in Brooklyn and things of that nature. So NFTs is a dope project. People got to really do their research and look up on it. But if you into the cryptocurrency and the metaverse and the digital world, you know what's going on. So yeah, people definitely got to get more in tune with that. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
Thanks, Murda, for coming by, always showing love and actually downloading the Zoom so he can talk to us. But one more question before you go.
What's that, Jay?
Now, you've been in the clubs. I've been doing this for every artist that's from New York that been around. I done seen you in clubs, Charlie. I was at a basement party and I seen Uncle Murda in a basement party in Queens. Charlie, what is that joint across the street from the Dirty Diner?
Island Chase?
No. The Dirty Diner on Merrick.
Occasions?
He was in Occasions downstairs.
I was?
Yeah, that was where you was at.
Oh wow!
I don't even know
where he was at.
My family be having gatherings down there now. That's crazy.
Yeah, he was right in the basement.
Look at that.
He's right in the basement, and I said, "What the fuck?" And it's just weird moments me and Murda had, man. I remember one time I was on the Ave, it was like 9 o'clock in the morning, and I see Murda on the Ave 9 o'clock in the morning, and we just be having hour talks, man. Like
that's a fact. Random shit just running into each other out the blue.
Yeah. And one thing about, and when we call each other brother, like I've always like, yo, Murda, this is what you need to do. I want to see this. And
definitely.
I remember Murda used to spin me. He said, yo, next mixtape you gonna host. And he always had that comedian.
Cut it out, Jay. Cut it out, Jay. Cut it out, Jay.
Yo, Murda got to the height he was spinning me. He like, nah, Jay, I got you the next one. I gotta do this. This one right here is like politics. I forgot.
Cut Master C and Green Lane used to be on my neck, Jay. They was on my body, man.
Yeah. I think you had Mike Epps. Who was hosting it one?
I had Mike Epps host one too. Shout out to my boy Mike Epps. Definitely. That was super dope right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually got him on the record as well. He ain't rap. He was just talking crazy.
Wow. Before you leave, give me your top 5 New York City records in the club. You've been in the club. You've been to every club.
That's hard for me, Jay. I'm a definitely Bobby Smurda Hot Nigga is one of the classic New York records in the club.
You talk about moments, Murda, when you was like, you like, God damn, this shit crazy right here.
Top in the club when 50 dropped that was a moment in New York City. That was big. That was big. Jay-Z, 2 cuts in your eyebrows, shine the wild out. That was big too in the club with him and Beans. That was shaking.
Let's do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
That's 3.
Nas hate me now was shaking in the club. I ain't gonna lie.
Word.
I was shaking when it came out with him and Puff fronting and all that shit. That was real New York City at that moment. Seeing them collab like that, I thought that was dope. That was shaking at the time.
4.
I ain't gonna front till I give it to Ken with my Sucker Tonight. I get that too. I think that was a real vibe with him and Lil Wayne at that moment. I think that was a vibe with Kim and Lil Wayne at the moment.
And we're gonna give a bonus, and I'm gonna give it to my guy, Uncle Murda. When I heard when Brooklyn first started, that record came out, man.
Definitely. Not you. I ain't want to toot my own horn. Yeah, but of course, you know, with me, Fab and Jay-Z put Brooklyn on the map, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, especially when you're from Queens and you really don't be wanting to say Brooklyn, you know what I mean?
You gotta say it like Brooklyn.
Bro, you got Biggie on that hook. Come
you
on,
know what I mean? I don't think no Brooklyn niggas would do it, but man, I appreciate you. And we gonna go with that record right there, man. And one time, Murda, I gotta hear you say shit crazy.
Crazy, shit crazy. Whoa.
Let's get it.
You already know. Salute. Love, y'all.